Hey there, what's up? It's Johnny here, and I'm hanging out on Shoal Bay Beach, and it's just it's a beautiful morning out here. And I wanted to talk to you about filters. One of the awesome Team 3CX members, Randall's got a great question about filters. So the must-have filters and filters on a budget, and the different types of quality of filters. So we'll go through some of that now. Plus, I've got a ninja tip for you guys that's going to save you some money when you're buying your filters. So I'm going to start off by telling you the best filter, the must-own filter that you must have, and that is a circular polarizer filter. This filter is it's one of those things that you use that you cannot, the effect that it has on your images that you cannot reproduce in your post-production, okay? So it cuts down that reflective light you see on things like water and green leaves, and makes the skies absolutely pop. And I just got photobombed by these people in the back. Hey, what's up back there? Anyway, and yeah, so anyway, the circular polarizer, it's a must-have in your filter kit, okay? That's the number one filter that you must buy and own, is some sort of circular polarizer, because like I said, that effect that you get from this awesome little filter is something that you cannot reproduce in your post-production, okay? So that's number one. Now, if you want to get really creative, I would recommend, my next favorite filter is something called a 10-stop neutral density filter. And look how dark that bad boy is. You can't even see through it. So what that's great for is shooting those extremely long exposures. They're so much fun. You can shoot them in the city. You can shoot them for landscapes. They're just a really, really fun filter. So I'm talking like 30 seconds, a minute, 2-minute sort of exposures, even in the middle of the day with this bad boy. It just blocks all that light coming in and allows you to get those really long exposures. A bonus tip, if you've got like a landmark and there's like tourists everywhere, right? What you can do is take a shot with something like this, and what's going to happen is, when people are moving, you're not even going to see them in the frame. It's almost like magical. You can shoot, imagine if you're at the Taj Mahal or something epic like that, and you wanted to go and take a photo, but there was people everywhere. You could use a filter like this, take a shot, and a lot of the people would already be gone because they've moved in the frame and they haven't been captured. So it's a really fun filter, and I love doing long exposure with this, getting that silky smooth water. It's just absolutely awesomely funness. And that's a new word I made up today, funness, and we'll go with that. And the next filter I'm going to recommend, the next filter, and this is a cool filter, and what I like about this is just the 3-stop neutral density filter, okay? So this one's, it's basically, you know, less than half the strength of the 10-stop. So what I mean by that, it lets in, you know, less than half the light. But the beautiful thing about this filter is you can team it up with your polarizing filter, okay? And it's going to give you not only the polarizing effect, you can see I'm just screwing that together there, not only the polarizing effect, but it's going to give you that extra bit of light blockage. I'm going to call it light blockage. Light getting into your sensor. So it allows you to do those slightly longer shutter speeds when it's a bit bright. So say you just want to get that nice little bit of water movement, or you just want to get a nice little bit of movement and water in your waterfall or something like that. So the 3-stop, really, really cool filter. And that's the other one I would add to your kit. So here's my ninja tip. Here's my ninja tip for these circular filters, okay? Now, have you heard of a step up or step down ring? You probably have. They're really cheap. They're worth nothing. That's these little fellas here. And basically what it's going to do, it's going to allow you to adapt this filter to other size lenses, okay? And all you need to do is make sure when you purchase your filters that you purchase basically the biggest filter that you need to fit your biggest lens, okay? So this one's a 77mm, and I can adapt that 77 all the way down to like a 58, which fits one of my macro lenses. So instead of having to buy each size filter for every lens, you just buy these little cheap, light step-down rings, and you can adapt your bigger filters all the way down to your smallest lens. So that's my absolute ninja tip. Get some of these step-down rings. They're cheap as hell, man. And not only that, it saves you weight in your pack too, because you're not carrying a different size filter for every single lens. You're just using these little light, cheap as hell step-down rings. You can get them on Amazon, you can get them on eBay, and you just buy a few different ones, and it allows you can see, like I can unscrew it here. You can see that is one ring, and it just adapts to the other rings, and it just allows you to screw it all the way down to something something that's going to fit your smallest lens. So that's my ninja tip, man. Step down rings, absolutely awesome. All right, now when it comes to choosing brands of filters, you probably already know there's a lot of different types. So basically, the two types are the glass and the polycarbonate. Okay, so the polycarbonate is more the cheaper, usually plastic type filters. My opinion is buy the one you can afford. Okay, so if you can only afford polycarbonate ones, get them, if that's all you can afford. Okay, but one thing you need to realize is some of these, especially the ND filters, will give you a color cast in your image. So meaning you'll get like a blue tone or a purple tone or something like that. Now, you want to read the reviews on the filter you're going to buy, the branded filter, before you get it, just in case the reviews are bad and it's got a major color cast. Now, is a color cast a problem? No, you can fix that. So often what you can do is you can adjust your white balance, and that's going to fix your color cast of your filter in camera. And the second thing you can do, of course, you can fix your color cast in post-production. Now, for me, I'd prefer to have it as natural looking as possible out of the camera. But if you're on a budget and you can only afford a certain type of filter, you know, a lower grade of filter, I would say, a lower grade of polycarbonate or glass, and it's one that has a color cast, it can be fixed, okay? But you just need to know and learn and teach yourself how to fix that either in camera or post-production. So that's it for circular filters. If you're starting out, there is a different type of filter, you know, a square type of filter, and we'll talk about that another day. But if you're just starting out and you're on a budget, so I'll just recap. My favorite, the must-have filter is this circular polarizer. You need to get one of those. They are just absolutely epic for cutting back that glare and stuff off the water, cutting back those high specular highlights you get on like wet foliage and things like that. Just absolutely epic, making the skies pop, the clouds pop out of the sky. And the second thing I'd say, which is so much fun, is this 10-stop filter. They are just awesome fun. They're just something I really enjoy doing, is those super long exposures. And third, I would say, is a 3-stop ND filter, and that's going to allow you to do those slightly longer exposures, particularly if you team it up with your polarizer, and it's just going to give you more of a creative choice with your filters. So if you're going to buy 3 filters, that's the 3 I'd recommend you get. And don't forget these step-down rings, man, because that's going to save you a whole bunch of money. And I want to thank Randall for his awesome question. And if you've got any questions for me, just hit me up below in the comments or send me an email at help@3colors.co. And this has been Johnny for 3 Colors again, and I hope you enjoyed this show, and we'll talk to you again soon. All right, I'm out. Peace.